Okay, so first things first, we are priming our eyelids. I'm just using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer to prime my eyelids because my paint pots have all dried out. After I do that, I just take my Rimmel Stay Matte powder just to kind of set that area. You can tell that powder's had it. It's all broken. I dropped it in the bathroom a few days before. So I'm just setting that area, and then I'm taking a Makeup Geek eyeshadow, which is in the colour Beaches and Cream. And I'm literally just like throwing that on there, kind of setting the area and just kind of blending it through the crease really roughly. Now I'm going in with another Makeup Geek shadow. This is the colour Frappe, and I'm going to be running this in the kind of socket line and the crease and just blending it upwards just so we have a transition later on for all like the dark colours in the black shadow. So now I'm taking the colour Cocoa Bear, and I'm placing this kind of right in the socket line, right in the crease, just to deepen that up a little bit, and I'll just be blending that up into Frappe and going between the two just to make sure it blends out very nice and softly. And now I'm taking this brown right here. No, I'm not. I'm taking the black, sorry. I'm taking the colour Corrupt, and I'm packing this all over the eyelid. I probably should have used a dark base so it was darker, but I didn't really think of it at the time. So I'm just packing this on, and then eventually I'll be blending that up into the crease and blending it up into Frappe and Cocoa Bear. So make sure you just keep on blending those shadows and going between black and brown so it blends out nice and softly. Black can be a little bit hard to blend out. So now I'm taking this Inglot shadow here, and I'm popping this on the inner corner, and I will be going back with black and brown just to soften it so the transition is a lot softer. I didn't want to bring black all the way to the inner corner just because it closes up my eyes so much. So here's when I take the brown and I kind of just go between that crease line right there just to blend it softly. I don't like the look of black right in that crease line in the inner corner. I feel like it closes my eyes up because my eyes are a lot smaller. Okay, so here's where I'm just cleaning up my eyeshadow. You can do whatever you want with this kind of side of eyeshadow. You can diffuse it, make it soft and smoky, or you can clean it up like me, or you can just do whatever you want. I like the look of it nice and clean. So now I'm taking my Makeup Geek Immortal gel liner, and I'm just tight lining my eyes, and I also will be lining on the bottom outer third because I don't want to bring it all the way in. Like I said before, it closes up my eye way too much. So now going in with mascara, I'm just quickly applying some mascara to my top lashes. And for falsies, I'm using Eylure 140 lashes. I probably should have got some smaller ones, but these are the only ones I had lying around, so I popped them on. And then after we have done that, we are moving on to the face. So firstly, I'm going to prime my face with my MAC Prep and Prime and just rub that into my skin ever so gently. And to make sure when you prime, you let it sit there and let it get into the skin and maybe dance while you're waiting, I don't know. Just because if you put it on and then go straight into foundation, your foundation can actually slide off. So for foundation, I'm using my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC20. I was kind of in between tan, it was kind of wearing off, and yeah, I was kind of halfway there, so I kind of even it out with concealer so it looks like the right skin tone. So I'm just blending that in and going around my eyebrows, which I already did. And for concealer, I'm using my LA Pro concealer in the colour Natural. I'm giving this another go. I wasn't really too sure about it. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice very slowly. Yeah, I wasn't too sure about this concealer, but I'm giving it another go and giving it another test run, and I have to admit it turned out pretty well this day. So before that creases, I'm setting that with my banana powder from my Australis contour kit, and then I'll do the same to the other eye. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just highlight all the other places on my face. So my chin, my forehead, and a little bit on my nose, and I'll just do exactly the same thing and just set it with that yellow powder. So now I'm just going to contour my nose, and I decided to use a darker concealer for this. I was just playing around and I was quite happy with the result. Let me know if you'd like to see actual in-depth video, maybe on cream contouring instead of powder. And there goes my voice again. It definitely did look more natural using the cream, and it blended out a lot easier. And now I'm just taking that yellow powder again, and I'm just kind of popping that on the sides to make that line more defined, and then I kind of powder over it with a loose powder from Nude by Nature and just kind of blend that all in together so you can't see the defined lines. So now I'm going to go ahead and just bronze my face. So pretty much I'm just chucking that on my cheeks and like around my forehead just to warm it up a little bit before I go in with contouring. This kind of helps because it creates like a transition color for the contour. For some reason now I'm doing blush. So I'm taking a Makeup Geek blush and I'm applying that to my cheeks. I do contour, but I think maybe I mixed the clips around somehow. So I'm just taking my Bahama bronzer, and I'm just contouring the hollows of my cheeks, and again just popping it on my temples and my forehead just to make it a little bit more defined. And then after I do that, I take my yellow powder again and just go under the contour on my cheeks just to really define it. So now I'm going to highlight my face, and I'm just using my Maryloumanizer by the Balm, and I'm just highlighting the tops of my cheeks. I do believe I highlight a little bit on my forehead, on my chin, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on the tip of my nose. You have to be quite careful with this highlight. The first time I used it, I walked out the house and I had no idea how shimmery it was, and my boyfriend actually said, why is your face so shiny? And I looked in the car mirror and I almost cried because we had to go out and I looked like a disco ball pretty much. So going back to the eyes, basically all I am doing is just taking Cocoa Bear and taking Corrupt and just smoking that on the lower lash line, and then I apply some mascara just to finish it off, and pretty much all the eyes are done. And then for lips, I'm using Madame Glam lipstick in the colour Bare Truth, and then my lip liner as per usual is Rimmel liner in the colour Cappuccino, which I'm getting a whole bunch of new lip liners, so don't worry, I'm going to change it up, I promise. And then because my lips were so dry, I ended up just taking this Estee Lauder lipstick in the colour Rose Tea. Because it was shiny, it took that matteness away and my lips didn't look severely dry. So basically that is the whole makeup look. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. This was extremely requested. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye. So I have already primed